channel. Thank you so much for being here, and if you're new here, hello. My name is Ashley. I run things here at Oh Crow Gal, and that is somebody's garage door, if you can hear that. Normally we keep things pretty keto around here, but y'all know every now and then I like to throw in an empties video or a favorites video or a like Daisy kind of like toddler informational video, if you will. And today we're doing a favorites. I actually already filmed this. I mentioned that in a recent vlog. I filmed it and then I didn't have a camera issue, didn't have like my computer did not corrupt the files. I deleted them. It was pure operator trouble. I just deleted them. So here we are again to chat about some of my favorite products. Now, if you've seen one of my favorites videos before, y'all know it is a mish-mash. We got some keto stuff. We have a lot of makeup today actually. Some skincare related things, some jewelry, a jacket. So we have everything will be covered. I'm gonna start with the keto stuff just in case if that's all that you're interested in and you don't wanna watch any further, we can go ahead and get that out of the way. So let's just go ahead and get started. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna mention is this Texas Pete Buffalo Wing Sauce. Now, I picked this up fairly recently, but I feel like Cernan and I both have been reaching for it constantly. I griped when I picked this up because it was $5. I went to Sprouts. They don't carry Frank's Red Hot, at least at my Sprouts. They don't carry Frank's. So this was the only buffalo sauce that they had. It is absolutely delicious. It's very vinegary, and that's why I like it. To me, it has more of a kick than the Frank's does, and it's thinner. It's not as thick of a consistency, and I just feel like all of those things together make this what it is. It's not your typical wing sauce. We love it, and I mean, Cernan especially, like, he's been putting it on eggs. I mean, he'll eat like a shoe if it's dipped in buffalo sauce. Like, buffalo sauce is his jam, but he'll have it on eggs. He's been making quesadillas a lot lately and using it, and it's just kind of funny because I didn't complain, but I mentioned that I was not happy with how much I had to spend on it, but that being said, like, the proof is in the pudding, and this stuff is awesome. So the next thing is the Aldi Black Soybean Spaghetti. I have had this, I think, 3 or 4 times since the initial time that I purchased it, and I just think this is a real game changer. You know, we all know you can do, you know, zoodles, veggie noodles. There's the Miracle Noodles, the shirataki noodle, like palmini. There are so many noodle variations that work with keto, but none that taste like actual pasta, and this does. This tastes like actual legit pasta, and it is 8 net carbs, but I personally, to have something that tastes like the real thing, I will take the 8 net carb hit. I will, you know, plan out my day from the morning knowing that I'm going to have this for dinner and that I do need to keep it low carb for breakfast, for lunch, for my snacks. And this has just really been a game changer. I mean, not just in the meals that I've made and the things that, you know, I've done with it, but I think too, when you're looking for recipes, like, you could do a pasta bake with this. You could, you know, it kind of opens up the world in terms of like Italian inspired keto friendly recipes when you have something that's like an actual pasta. They do make an edamame pasta as well, but I prefer the black soybean. There's something about the texture of the edamame one that I was not a fan of. This is like next level. All right, let's kind of jump over to like something that's kitchen related but not necessarily keto. These are some Mickey straws, some Disney straws that I picked up. It wasn't the last time I was at Disneyland, it was a couple times ago. I saw these on Magic Journeys. That's like a YouTube channel I watch where they go to Disney. And they mainly focus on like food at Disney, specialty food, seasonal food, and they picked these up. And I said to myself, next time we go, I am getting those, because Disneyland, I'm not sure about Disney World, but Disneyland, they don't do plastic straws anymore. They do paper, and it's disgusting. I hate paper straws. I am not a fan. I will gladly buy my own reusable straws to not have to drink out of a paper straw. So I picked these up. They're like the foodie Mickey ones. So you can see there's like the Mickey ice cream sandwich, the mini ice cream cone, the Dole Whip is on there as well. I'm using one today in my White Claw. I feel like I don't show these as much on the, like when I vlog, because I normally am drinking like out of a tumbler that comes with a straw. Or I'm drinking something like a White Claw, which I'll usually mention that I'm going to drink, but I don't necessarily drink on camera. But I love these. They were 10 bucks and it came with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straws, which I don't think is a bad deal at all. I keep them in here because when we go to Disney, I just seal them back up and throw them in my backpack. And it just makes things a lot easier, and also spares me the fingernails on a chalkboard feeling that is drinking something out of a paper straw. All right, let's now get into some makeup. Anything that I've mentioned today, whether it be a food item or, you know, a makeup or skincare thing, will be linked below if I can find it. So let's go ahead and start with kind of like the most boring thing. These are, okay, I'm not saying like you have to go find this brand, but this is by the brand Royal, and they're just cotton rounds, but you guys, these are they're so much different than the ones that I normally buy. I usually either buy the Ulta brand or the Up and Up, the Target brand ones. And I don't know if it's because these are quilted. Like, I don't know if that makes a difference. I don't know if because they're 100% cotton, I don't know if that's like different than normal. My point is that there is something about these that it feels like cloth on your skin. I use toner twice a day, every day. I use a like coconut, it's the Thayer's brand toner in the morning, and then I use the Ordinary, like it's a toner you're only supposed to use at nighttime. I use that before I go to bed after I wash my face. And like I got these at Grocery Outlet, and they are just, the feel of these, it's amazing. It's amazing how soft they are. They really like hold product. I find that it holds the product but doesn't like absorb it a lot, so I'm not having to like, oh, put toner on, do half my face, put more toner. So I guess my suggestion for these is that like if you're out and about, I don't think you need to like hunt down this like specific brand, but maybe something that's quilted and 100% cotton, like this is a game changer. All right, let's get into the good stuff. So we're gonna start with a brush set. So I got these in my Boxycharm, but I know the Alamar Cosmetics website sells them as well. So again, these are by Alamar Cosmetics. They have eyeshadow palettes. They just came out with a lip gloss. They have a blush palette that I love. And this is their like face brush set. So it comes with a bronzer brush, complexion brush, and a brightening brush. I love all of these, and it's really interesting because when I got these in my Boxycharm, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna use these, just because they're not like the other brushes that I was using at the time. So this is the bronzer brush, and you can see it's kind of like stippled on the ends, and how I've been using this. But how I use this brush is I like stamp to where I want it, and then I blend it. And then I stamp to where I want it, and then I blend it. And then I just go in with my like bigger, fluffier bronzy brush to do the rest of my face. I feel like this is precise, but not so precise that it looks like I have a line of bronzer. I've really been enjoying that. Then the blush brush. So it's a complexion brush, but I use it for blush. How many times can I say blush and brush? And I really like this. Now, when I looked at this one, I was like, this is way too small, because I use a really big blush brush. But I find that as long as you don't have a bunch of product on it, you know, swirl it in your blush or tap it into your blush pan, and then kind of like tap the side of your sink or the side of your compactor or whatever. And I kind of do the same thing with this one, is I just like stamp it, and I love it. I also like that it's kind of angled. I like that as well. And then the last one is the brightening brush. This one was the one where I'm like, I know I'm gonna get the most use out of this, because it's perfect for under the eye. It's perfect to set your concealer, to set your under eyes. It also would be a decent highlighter brush. I like this type of brush for highlighter. I already have another Luxie brush that almost looks exactly like this that I use for highlighter, but it would be perfect for highlighter as well. And I've just been getting a lot more use out of these than I thought. All right, so now that we've talked about brushes, let's talk about some powders. So this is the Makeup Revolution Bake and Blot Powder in Banana. I recently ran out of my loose powder, like my translucent setting powder, and I didn't know which one I wanted to get to replace it. And setting powders just make me really nervous, because I feel like they could easily, you know, show like a white cast on your face if you're not careful. So I opted for this. Now, How I usually set my under eyes with translucent powder is I take a wet beauty blender, I swirl it in the translucent setting powder, I dab it on, do other parts of my face, and then I brush it off. So I kind of bake under my eyes, I guess. Like, I don't bake anywhere else, just there, because I do have really like striking bags under my eyes usually, and I want that concealer to last all day. This I cannot do that with. However, I've been going in with this brightening brush and setting my under eyes that way, and I've been loving it. I've also noticed that when I have a particular foundation, and when I use it, I'm not oily, but I get extra shiny, like in my T-zone. And just like midday, I'll like take a big fluffy brush, pat it on. It doesn't make it look cakey. It doesn't make it look like discolored or anything. It's just this is a really good like multi-use powder. Again, I can't like swirl my beauty blender in it. It does not look good on the face when you do that. And although I have since bought a translucent setting powder to replace my old one, this is still gonna be one that I grab all the time. All right, next up we have the e.l.f. bronzer. This is in Forever Sunkissed. Prior to having this bronzer, I was using a ColourPop one that I really, really enjoyed. And I just kind of wanted to try something else. It's very rare that I become ride or die with a makeup product. I like trying new things, which is why I love my Boxycharm, because I love getting new things in monthly and just experimenting with new stuff. So I went to Ulta, I asked like a salesperson, which I rarely do. I really just like do my own thing. But I asked them if they could suggest a bronzer that was cheap, but that was amazing. And this was the one she recommended, and I love it. Clearly, like, I've hit pan on it. It's awesome. It works great with my skin tone. It lasts all day. And bronzer can sometimes be scary, I feel like, because you don't want one that's, well, I shouldn't say that. If you are pale like me, you don't want one that's super pigmented, because you don't want to look crazy. You don't want to, like, look like you have brown marks all over your face. So I like the coloring of this, and I also just like how it picks up on the brush. All right, so next up we're gonna talk about another e.l.f. product. This is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. Now, I picked this one up because, not really because I needed a primer. I have a lot of primers, but everyone and their mother had been talking about this, and it was really cheap. So I was like, you know what, even though I don't need it, I'm just gonna buy it because I wanna check it out. A lot of people compare this to the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, which is like a gazillion dollars. I've never tried that. But I can vouch for this one. This is absolutely amazing. This is in the Universal Sheer, I guess you would say, shade. They have two other primers in this range. It is a legit putty. When you first open it, you're kind of like, what am I supposed to do with this? Because it's not a cream, it's not a lotion, it's truly like a putty. So how I do it is I take like 2 fingers, I swirl it around, and then I just like spackle what feels like spackling my face. I usually go into this 2 to 3 times to get my whole face. That being said, like, a little bit does go a long way. You don't need a ton of it. I have found that this works better with my liquid foundations versus my stick foundations. My stick foundation looks a little cakey when using this, but with my liquid foundation, this thing is like a dream. It just makes your foundation sit a little bit more seamlessly on the skin, and it definitely increases wear time. All right, next up we're gonna talk about a mascara. So this is the Maybelline Falsies Volume Express Mascara. I used to wear this all the time, and I forgot about how good it was. I picked this up actually at Grocery Outlet. I saw it there and I was like, oh my God, I forgot I used to wear that all the time, and it's like great. So it's a curved brush. You can see it's a curved brush, and the reason I like this mascara so much is I don't really want to like touch the end of it, but this is very bendy. Do you see how that is bending like that? Like, the wand is very bendy, so, and because it's curved, you can get like right up to your waterline and really like wiggle it in there. I have always been a 2 mascara type of girl. Like, since high school, I've always layered my mascaras. So currently I'm using this with the Essence Lash Princess, the green one. I put the Lash Princess on first, and then I go in with this, and holy moly. I just feel like it adds volume, it adds length, it kind of does everything. So highly recommend if you're looking for a new mascara and if you don't want to break the bank. All right, next up is something I feel like I might might have mentioned. I can't remember if I know I mentioned it in a what I want for Christmas video, but I can't remember if I mentioned it in the favorites video. Regardless, I'm still gonna talk about it today because these are two eyeshadow palettes that I have been reaching for non-stop, and so I'm gonna talk about them. So these are the Dose of Colors palettes. I have the Baked Browns and the Marvelous Mauves. I got the Marvelous Mauves in a Boxycharm, and I was kind of pissed because I was like, I don't wear purple, like it's just, I just don't. But this palette, I have gotten great use out of. You can see, I mean, I'm not hitting pan yet, but there's definitely like dents in the shades. This color story is very muted, so it's not purple. It truly is what it says. It's mauves, right? So you kind of have like that darker shade, and then it kind of, the gradient goes down. I love it because I can do everything with this palette. I use this all over the lid. I use this as a crease color. I use this all over the lid. I use this as like an outer corner shade, and then I use the darker one as a liner. It does everything, and I love the formula. They are very powdery, but I like that. So I definitely, you know, dip lightly and then tap off my brush because there's a lot of kick up, but I don't care because once you start, you know, working with it on your eye, I don't have anything to compare this to. Like the shadows are just awesome. Now this palette I'm wearing on my eyes today, and this is the brown, so same thing. This all over the lid, this in the crease, this all over the lid, this on that like outer corner, and then the dark brown as a liner. I love these. There's one more I want to get. I cannot think of what it's called. I can't think of what it's called for the life of me, but there's one more. I also like that they're like similar, so you can kind of like build your collection. But these don't let me down. And y'all, I am not an eyeshadow expert. I just started trying to do eyeshadow within the last like year or so. And so I also think these are just really good beginner palettes. You're not dealing with shimmer, you're not dealing with glitter, and they're really easy to work with. All right, next is a lip product. These are the ColourPop lip crayons, and I think they have a couple versions. These are the Just a Tint. I have them in the shades, the Strand, which is what I'm wearing on my lips today. I'm gonna like swatch these for you guys. And I think this one is a Go-Go, yeah. The Strand and a Go-Go. I am obsessed with these. So this is the Strand, this is a Go-Go. So you can see one is like more of like a pinky, and then this one is almost like a pink red, like just like a deeper pink, I guess. I love these. I am not a huge fan of lipstick. I like a really good gloss or something like this where it's almost just like a tint, right? These are creamy. They're so creamy and like emollient. Like that's the word that comes to mind. It almost feels like you put a chapstick on your lips, which I really enjoy because I'm definitely like, if I do wear lipstick, I always put chapstick on first and then put lipstick on. This, you don't need to do that because they're so creamy and so moisturizing. I've been loving them. I've had them for a couple weeks now. There was another color that I really wanted to pick up that is, I guess, a bestseller because I haven't been able to find it. At $8 a piece, this is just a really great like throw in your makeup bag, throw in your purse and go type of product. You really don't need a mirror. That's the other thing I like is like, I have a toddler, okay? Like I don't usually have the time to like pull out a mirror and put on my lipstick or like park somewhere, pull down my visor, put up like, no, I need to like put it on and get her out of the car, you know what I mean? So I've just really been enjoying these. And again, y'all know I'm all about the bottom line. At $8 a piece, I don't think this formula can be beat when it comes to like a tinted lip product. All right, we're almost done, my friends. A couple more things I want to talk about. This necklace. I love this necklace. This has been a favorite probably for the last month or so. I did get it for Christmas. I had been having a hard time remembering to put it on. Like all of my other jewelry, I feel naked if I don't wear it, like if I don't have a watch or my rings or my earrings, but a necklace is not something that I used to wear very frequently, so I just kept forgetting that it was there to put on, to be honest. But I've been wearing it pretty frequently now. This is from Anthropologie, and it's just like a standard bar necklace. I don't think you're gonna be able to see the stone on there. I'll maybe throw up on the screen like an actual like close-up picture of one. But it's a bar necklace, and then it has my birthstone, which is the peridot. So it has that little green stone on it. I love that it's simple. I love that it will match with anything. I don't have to worry about like what I'm wearing. And it just kind of adds a little bit extra to an outfit. All right, and then the last thing we're gonna talk about today. My last favorite, which has been a favorite of mine for a couple months now, is my jean jacket. So I bought this jean jacket probably a year or two ago. It's from Forever 21. It was like 30 bucks, and it is like a light denim wash. It's very distressed, and I bought it for the sole purpose of like making it mine. I have bought pins for it. I have bought patches, more patches on the back, and while it's not like covered yet, that's what I want it to be. I want it to be like kind of like an expression piece of myself and my personality and what I like. This is like one of my favorite patches ever. It says Mimosa Society. It has 2 glasses and then a bottle of bubbles. I have plenty more patches. I just haven't figured out where I want them to go yet, but it's kind of always been a dream of mine to have a distressed you know, jean jacket with patches and pins and everything that I throw on when I go out and come home and toss on the floor, like just something that's really worn in and that's really me, and I love it. And I'm just really excited to like put more of myself into it, add more things, and just continue to wear it, especially here in San Diego. Like weather-wise, a jean jacket is the perfect accessory because you're never gonna be too hot in it. It's never cold enough here really to wear like a big puffy jacket. So this is like my baby. All right, y'all, that's all I got for you today. Those are all my current favorites. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Drop me a comment down below. What are you guys loving lately? Makeup, skincare, keto. What do you guys like? Let me know. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye, friends.